done.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Boulevard.
It is a bit of a pain. The only way to communicate with them is through email, and every time you send an email, you get a canned response back. So a few months ago, I was traveling and I had to put my membership on freeze. So I sent them an email, and I got a response immediately via email,
now
which
turn
was,
right onto Boulevard.
we're getting a large volume of customer queries, and please wait 72 hours, we'll get back to you. I was like, okay. A few weeks ago, I forgot my umbrella there. I live in London. You need your umbrella here. So I wrote them another query. I was like, did you find this? And the same canned response again. We're receiving a large volume of customer queries. Please wait 72 hours. I didn't find that umbrella. And then it's happened a couple more times, and you can say I email my gym more than the average person, but that's beside the point. So a few days ago, I wrote a very thoughtful email to them, inviting them to this webinar, and I want them to improve their customer service, and we think we have a product to help them. And no points for guessing the response I got from them. We're getting a high volume of customer queries. Please wait 72 hours. So if there's anyone here from this club who's joined us today, awesome job. Can't wait to start building with you. If not, well, you're all at least 72 hours ahead of the curve. So let's get started. Lowe's has joined us today. They're an AI leader in the retail industry, and they're one of the biggest home improvement retailers out there. They're a Fortune 50 company, and they're a first mover when it comes to customer service AI. Nishant is an engineering and AI leader at Lowe's who's driving a lot of this work, and he's going to talk about kind of the story and the transformation that he's driving in with his team at Lowe's. Then we're going to peel back the layers of the AIP customer service engine. This is the application that we're launching today. And Yusuf and I will go through a demo of the product and show you what it looks like. And then finally, you'll leave with the keys to your own instance of the customer service engine. So with that, over to Nishant. Take it away.
So right off the bat, right? So before we get into what the business problem is and what the solution is, we just wanted to kind of share what are the different things which we have observed so far. So solution, we were kind of lagging in our ability to handle the call volume which was coming in. And because of that, our overdue activities were increasing because, we started building a lag and it kind of was becoming impossible to get around that. And at that point in time, we were working with Palantir on some other use case as well. And we were like, let's try a POC on this problem. So right off the bat, we kind of identified a pilot region where we wanted to run this. And after completing the POC, we immediately saw a 75% reduction in our overdue activities, which is a huge number. And as these it has a ripple effect, right? So you can do more with the same number of agents. So that was great. And on the right, you will see this chart, which kind of shows how quickly we were able to move with Palantir as a tool. So that initial graph in January, that's our pilot. We kind of brought a few more people, and within 4 weeks we were nationally launched. And in general, the kind of feedback which we have received from the people who are actually using the tool, they don't want to go back. So you will observe that again, post February, there's a huge stickiness to the whole thing. They love the tool,
now turn
and
right onto 88th Street.
How they kind of go about their day. So other than that, the old tool, it wasn't super transparent, and once we get to the demo, you will see all the data is kind of available at an agent's fingertip. So that was super convenient for managers to even go and manage the resources in a good way, so we can kind of attack the most important problems in a very prioritized way. So over to the next slide, and I'll kind of explain what kind of business unit for which, and hopefully in this slide I'm trying to I'll try to build like an
Now
intuition
turn
that why
right
this is
onto
a hard
Woodhaven
problem.
Boulevard.
So stay with me. So I'm gonna take an example here. Let's say that you're trying to do a kitchen remodel in your house, and you want to work with Lowe's, right? So there are kind of three ways which you can go about it. One is DIY, which we call our do-it-yourself. So let's say you're super handy and you just know how to kind of build a kitchen. Very less number of people will build a kitchen, maybe smaller things. We do see we have like very active DIY community, but the other two options are that you go and hire a contractor, which is basically what we at Lowe's we call them pros. So you go and hire a company which does kitchen remodel, and then they can come at Lowe's and buy everything which you eventually want in your kitchen. And the third way to do it is, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, is our Lowe's installation services. So and why like this is such a hard problem, right? And I just want everybody to kind of think through it. Like if you are doing a kitchen remodel end to end, right, you will have multiple specialized people coming into your home. So example is like at some point in time a plumber will come in, at some point in time like an electrician will come in, at some point in time cabinet installer or a stone installer, or somebody needs to come in and put the flooring in, somebody needs to come in and do very, very different things. And before any of these installers come into your house, we also need to ensure that the product which they are coming to install has also been delivered to you. So that's the second complexity. Third complexity is for any time these people are coming in or any time these products are getting delivered, you need to be at home as well. So that's why we have set up this very specialized customer service system or agents to kind of lead a customer through the entire journey as their kitchen is being rebuilt. And it's very important for us to be super efficient while we are doing this, because you're out of a kitchen while this project is going on, and there's a limit to how much food you can reheat in a microwave. So I think that's why this was a really important problem for us. It has direct implications to our customer satisfaction, and we are kind of like dispersing how you live in your own home while these projects are going on, and that's why we kind of started working with Palantir to see what we can do in this space. So moving on to the next slide. So this was like the problem in real life. Now, if you go to the next slide, what's the equivalent? So what's the equivalent implication on the technology side? So this is an old business which we have been in for a super long time. So of course our systems have been aging, and as I said, initially, right, in general, the call volume which we have been receiving has kind of gone out of. So the main problems with the technology stack which we had, a customer agent was going through multiple screens. When you're calling a customer, you don't know what all has already been delivered to their house, which all providers have already visited their house. So there was it will take you 17-20 clicks to kind of get to even a state where you know where the project stands. So at this point in time, all of the things which I mentioned here, there was a lot of manual finagling which was going on. There was not a cool way to manage how the work will get assigned to agents. So these were the problems which we put in front of the Palantir team, and we started looking into it. So overall, if I have to talk about the new solution which we have built in Palantir, it stitches the data really, really well together. We utilize the ontology which Palantir offers to kind of piece all the different information together. So very quickly a customer agent can see that, hey, this customer, three projects or three is this is like a true quote from one of our business partners, Todd. He's director for our installation team operations, and this is a true quote. All this was achieved in 4 months, we came up with we have trained the managers on how to train their teams, and we onboarded 1,000 users in just 3 weeks. So this was mind blowing, almost magical. When I've talked to him, so he was very, very impressed at how quickly we were able to move, in this amazing platform. So what are we planning now, right? That, hey, cool, looks like you guys are doing really great. We have unlocked new levels of productivity, but of course we don't want to stop there. There's a whole another area where, how the expense requests are created by our providers. Sometimes the provider is not even showing up, but we end up paying them. How do we kind of get that money back? We are looking at the new AIP platform inside. To come in, help me out with the demo, and hopefully we'll give you a quick idea on what is coming in future and how we are planning to leverage AIP. So the screen which you see here, so I just want to make sure everybody knows this is very real, but with fake data. So because we don't want to share real customer data. So cool. So on the left you are seeing the activity queue, and that's what I was mentioning, that agent is able to see that these are the different things which they have to go through today. So at the top now, if we open the first the first one. So now with AIP we are going to the next step. What I mean by that is the screens were showing that, hey, these are the 4 or 5 work orders which have happened. These are the 2 future work orders which are going to be happening. And remember, these agents are closing their existing tasks, putting in some notes in there. So now we are able to kind of get the power, because to just come to this message, it might have taken an agent over, even with the new intuitive screens, just to kind of piece together the whole information. It might have still taken them 15 to 20 minutes because these are very, very complex projects in general. So yeah, this is really powerful. Then, of course, once we started integrating GenAI, we started thinking where else we can do it. So if we click on email installer now, a beautiful email, a pre-written email kind of comes to you. You can with the customer name mentioned there, with the work order mentioned there. So again, a very, very intuitive case to be tried in GenAI, but because we had all the other data stitched, we were able to quickly bring it to this experience. The second thing which I will so it's I think a really cool way to use GenAI. Cool. So Yusuf, if you can get out of this and just kind of open the second task as well, because that's more of a customer focused thing. Perfect. Yeah. So here it's just again different flavor of it. Here we are saying call this customer and discuss when the installation will happen, and so we can, so on both the sides, agents are calling providers as well, agents are calling customers as well. So how can we use GenAI to make them go faster? That's the main intuition behind building the solution this way. So once we were done with all of this, we were like, why stop here, right? So one of the other complaints which we hear from our providers is that you guys end up calling us 3 times, 4 times in a day. So we decided to do this in a bulk way. So yeah, if we go there now, you can see that email installer. So we know that today this agent has to reach out to 6 different installers. And for different installers, they are addressing maybe more than one customer at a time, right? So instead of calling them 6 times or sending them email.